Well, thank you guys for joining us today. This is Jeremy Fouts, and I have a lot of questions about compensation, and what I'm going to try to do in the next 5 to 8 minutes is I'm going to try to show you exactly how we get paid here with Genesis Pure. And I'm going to go over the basics, but by these basics you're going to be able to go print off a launch packet. It's at thepurevision.com. At the bottom left it says important documents, and you're going to be able to print that off, and at any time you can go through what I'm going to go through today and have everything you need as far as an illustration on how to earn income here with Genesis Pure. The first thing you always got to remember on page 3 on the launch packet is get active. Get active is ordering at least 100 to 200 points of product every 28 days. Now, if you just got through starting off with a launch packet, either 3 or 9 or 1500 point order, of course you're going to be active for the next 28 days. But if you're looking after your first 28 days in order to earn income, your active position, always try to order at least 200 points of products if you want to make 20% on first order bonus, or minimum no less of a 100 point order in order to be considered active at Genesis Pure. Step number 2 is get to star. Getting to star is where you start being qualified to earn residuals as far as all the ways we get paid. You're never going to earn money team commissions until you start getting to star. Getting to star is as simple as signing one person up on your right leg and one person on your left leg that orders at least 100 points of products. And you can see the graphic there that explains that. You're going to do number 3 is getting to star 300. Star 300 is enrolling someone that does a 100 point order on the right minimum that makes you a star, 100 point left on your minimum which makes you the star. But then any cumulative volume that adds up on your right leg and your left leg that combines 300 points or more, you are a star 300. And you'll see over to the right it says duplicate. Get yourself to star, get others to star, get yourself to star 300, get others to star 300. Guys, that's how we start building a big business here with Genesis Pure. I'm going to get a little bit more detailed now, and I'm going to walk you through 2 weeks of compensation. And you're able to see this visual here, so it's going to make a lot more sense. But week number one, you see Brian up at the top. He did a 1,500 point order. And Brian also enrolled Frank on his left and Sally on his right. Sally did a 300 point order. Frank did a 900 point order. So we're going to figure, Brian's compensation for week number 1. If you look down at the bottom, it says first order bonus. That's the first thing we're going to figure here. So you got first order bonus. And again, I mentioned, in order to earn 20% on someone's first order, you need to at least order at least 200 points of product in the last 28 days. Well, let's do a check. Brian did 1,500 points his first week. So we're checked there. Then it says in order to make 20% on Genesis Pure first order bonus, you have to be at star, which means by the end of the pay period that Brian had to have signed up Sally on his right leg that did a minimum 100 point and Frank on his left leg that did 100 point. Well, that happened. So in this week, Brian is going to make 20% on all of his first order bonuses. So if you look at this as an example, he made 20% on Frank's 900 point order. So he made $180, 900 times 0.20 is 180. Then over to the right it says plus $60. We got that from Sally's first order. Sally did a 300 point order times 0.20 equals another $60. So on his first order bonus for the first week combined, he made $180 plus $60. If you're going on next to team commissions, it's the second way we get paid. You're going to look at team commissions, and we are paid 30 or 10% of your weaker leg team commission. So your weaker volume that went on your right leg and your left leg, we're going to add that up. We did 300 on our right, 900 on our left. So if you did 300 times 0.10, which is 10%, our team commissions is on our $30. Now, I want you to pay attention over here to something. It says carryover right volume 0 points. Carryover left volume 0 points, because this is our weak leg. But it says weekly right points 300, total right points 300. Over to the left it says weekly 900, total 900. So here's one thing: when you are paid on a leg, and we was paid in this situation on our right leg, you'll take that 300 points that you was paid on and you subtract it from your bigger leg, and it leaves you a remaining balance of 600 points in your left leg you've not been paid on. Now remember that, because we're going to carry that on over to week 2. The volume you don't get paid on with Genesis Pure, as long as you order 100 points every 28 days, never goes away. But now we're going to figure revenue shares. You know, it's important for someone to participate in revenue shares, you know, and the reason why is you're not going to leave any money on the table. In this situation, I'll figure Brian's revenue shares that he got paid on Sally and Frank. See, if you come in on a revenue share pack, anytime you sign someone up that comes into a revenue share pack, you make an added bonus. In this particular week, if you look at the graph, it says your first order points. So just imagine if that said Brian's first order points. If you look, he did a 1,500 point order, so we're going to skip all the way to the third column. Then it says the person you enroll on a new IBO, their first order points, whether they did a 3 or 9 or 15. So basically, we're going to write Sally's name in the first box that it says your enrollee's first order points, because Sally did a 300 point order. We're going to carry that over to meet where we did our first order, and we got 10 shares because we followed down 1,500 to where Sally did. We got paid 10 shares on Sally's first order. Now we're going to figure out how many shares we got paid on Frank's order. If we did a 1,500, over to the right, if you write in where it says enroll new IBO on first order, if you write in Frank's first order, which would be on the 900 point column, then you follow it over from what Frank did and what you did, and you're going to get paid 15 shares on Frank's first order. So you'll get paid 15 plus 10, 25 shares of revenue that pay period. Now, every week the revenue shares fluctuate. I've seen them as low as $3 and as high as $5. So in this particular week, what we're going to do is we're going to figure if they're $5, you take $25 times 5, you're going to get paid another $125 your first week on revenue shares. And you know, guys, as the company grows and does more volume, of course, you know, those shares are going to increase in volume. But in this situation, if you took week 1, what we accomplished is a total commission of $395. We're paid weekly here with Genesis Pure, so that's not a bad start for Brian to get paid $395 his first week. And he hit a rank called Star 300 because he had at least 300 on his right and he had 900 on his left, so he had a Star 300 rank his first pay period. Now we're going to go on to week 2. We're going to go on to week 2. And again, Brian is the one that we're figuring up his check. And we're going to say, okay, in this week, we know Frank and Sally, we've been paid on week 1, on their first order bonus and everything. But let's say we continue, and in this situation, he signed up another lady named Emily in his left leg. And Emily did another 300 point order. Okay, and then also, Emily signed up a person named Lee and Justin. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for anybody else first that Brian enrolled in this company that ordered on week 2 for a first order bonus, and he did not sign anybody else up other than Emily. So we'll go first and figure his first order bonus on Emily. If you know that Brian has already did at least 200 point product order because he did 1,500 point his first week and we're in week 2. So we know that he's also at Star. He had a left one and a right one that's ordered at least 100 points with Frank and Sally in the last 28 days. So we know we're going to get paid 20% off Emily again. She did a 300 point order, and so we're going to get 300 times 0.20. Our first order bonus for week 2 is $60. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to figure revenue shares. Revenue shares, again, if you look, you know, Brian did 1,500 point order, and you can look in that column and go to the far right. And then Emily did 300 point order. So we're going to write Emily's name in the box with the 300. You go over to the far right. We're going to get paid 10 shares on week number 2 on revenue shares. And again, if in this case the shares was worth $5 again, you're going to get 10 shares times $5, another $50 that you're going to get paid in week 2. $60 on first order bonus and $50 in revenue shares. Now we're going to figure Brian's team commissions for week 2. This is where a lot of people get confused because they don't understand the carryover volume with the company. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to add up the weekly volume on our left leg and the weekly volume in our right leg, no matter where it comes from. Don't worry if it's first order or not. We're not even going to worry about that. We're going to total up all the weekly volume on our left, all the weekly volume on our right. So we went ahead and figured up our weekly left volume total is 900 because we had 300 from Justin, 300 from Lee, and 300 from Emily. So we had a total weekly volume of 900 points on our left leg. Now we're going to figure weekly points on our right leg. We go over here to our right leg and we count up. We had 900 for Gerald. We had 200 for John. We had 900 for Lisa. So we had a total of 2,000 points on our right leg that went on this week. So our right leg weekly had 2,000. Our weekly left volume had 900. But remember in week 1. In week 1 we had 600 points that we've not been paid on yet. So that carries on to week 2. So we now have a total volume of 1,500 points in our left leg. We have a total volume of 2,000 in our right leg. So our team commissions check this week would be 1,500 points times 10% would be $150. Now guys, if we started in week 3 right now, I want you to grasp that since we was paid on our left leg of 1,500 points, we would subtract it from the 2,000 in our right leg, the total. So if we did a compensation plan of starting week 3, you would have 500 points already starting week 3 before we ever begin, because of the carryover points that we've not been paid on the right leg, and 0 on our left leg starting week 3. I just wanted to clarify that because a lot of people don't understand. They get so frantic about not getting paid on this leg or that leg. You get paid on it all. What you're not paid on this week goes into the next week, and so your next week is going to be bigger. That's why the company has designed this comp plan to help the side of the leg that needs help. Check match fluctuates. I've seen it as 5%, I've seen it as 11%. But on this particular pay period, let's say it was 8%, we got paid $90 on her team commissions check times 8%. We got an extra $7.20 bonus for helping Sally make money. Now, a lot of people, they think, oh man, that's just $7.20. Well, the big picture of this is once you help a lot of people make money, a lot of $7 adds up. You're going to look here also, we help someone else earn a team commissions check. We help Emily earn a team commissions check. So Emily had 300 points on her left, 300 points on her right. So if you look at this, her team commissions check was $30 that week. If check match paid out 8% that week, $30 times 8%, another $2.40, guys. And so understand, the great thing about this business is it's about helping others earn income. Now, check match is paid on your big leg or your little leg. It doesn't matter. So if you find someone that really takes off and runs with this business, we're still going to support them, even if we're not paid on team commissions, because we're still paid on check match. So, guys, I want you to look here. On the second week, if you add all the ways that we earn income, Brian made another $269.60. If you're still not straight on this compensation plan, I'll tell you this: go through this presentation, print out these documents and keep practicing it yourself. But the main 2 things that I want you to understand is the page 3 of get active, get to star 300, and then I want you to understand placement. You always place people bottom right, bottom left. Never waver from that. And if you always go to your genealogy and you go to your graphical genealogy, when you click on that box, it'll be a little box in the bottom right. And you click on that, it'll say bottom right or bottom left. And that's the way you know that you're going to place someone correctly. Guys, Genesis Pure is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you don't understand all the details about this, understand, get active, get to star 300, help others do the same. Thank you guys for watching.